So in today's video, I want to cover a few topics relating to walking, such as its benefits, how to progressively make it more challenging and thus rewarding, as well as speak to my own personal experiences on how it changed my life and in turn, it can change yours. So if you have a few minutes to spare, let's dive right in. So first up, let me cover a few of the benefits of walking, because walking has a lot of benefits, not just physically, but also mental. So for starters, let's say if you're very stressed, let's say if you have just a lot going on, there's a situation that you just can't seem to get your way out of. Walking is one of those things that is a great stress reliever. Truly, it is a great stress reliever. If you just feel like, you know what, you're not feeling inspired, you having difficulty solving a problem, I've often discovered that going for a walk actually can help to alleviate some of that stress. So I definitely urge you to give that a shot, because if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're like, I don't know what to do, I feel like the walls are closing in on me, go for a walk. You know, instead of just sitting on a chair or just, meandering through your own self-pity, just go out for a walk, and I'm willing to wager you'll feel a lot better. Now, from a physical standpoint, walking is a great method to control your weight. More specifically, aids you in weight loss, because it is a low impact movement. Your body doesn't have to expend a lot of energy. As a result, your body will preferentially tap into its body fat stores to sustain that movement. Now, this is something that it's an activity that you can do for prolonged periods of time, and as such, the calories will rack up, and there is a higher percentage of those calories burned that comes from body fat loss. That has been scientifically proven. So if you really don't feel like overexerting yourself in the gym with heavy weights, which that there is benefit there, don't get me wrong, but if you just want to feel like taking it easy, going for a walk is one of those things that it's never a bad thing, and you should always program into your regimen, as well as couple it with cleaning up your diet, because like they say, you can't outrun a bad diet. Now, a couple of the other benefits are walking can help to reduce cholesterol, it can help to reduce blood pressure, and walking for a prolonged period of time can also increase the dopamine levels in your body, making you feel good over time. You've ever heard of that term, a runner's high? Well, walking can produce a similar effect. I mean, of course, I'm talking about walking for longer than 5 minutes, but it definitely has a lot of benefits physically and mentally, and I urge you to give it a shot. If you're disenfranchised and going to the gym, or you're feeling a little depressed or what have you, walking is an excellent way to kind of push forward, spark up a little bit more of creativity, and at the same time, burn extra calories. So now there's a whole list of benefits to walking that I'm not even covering, because quite frankly, there's just too many to list. But these are some of the more important ones that I know personally that I can just talk off the top of my head, because I'm not even scripting this. So yeah. So let's move on to how you can make walking a little bit more difficult and rewarding. So what do I mean by that? So walking, like any kind of exercise, it has progressions, even walking. For instance, if you find yourself walking, say 10,000 steps or 20,000 steps a day, right? And you find it becoming more and more easy. It's getting a little boring. You can change it up by, I'm pretty sure you would have a preferred walking path. If you find somewhere that has a very good, an incline hill, you can try walking up that, walking down, and doing that for a few times, right? You can also walk up steps. That's also a fantastic way to ramp up your cardiovascular, because more muscle is going to be involved, because as you're climbing steps, there's a period of time where you're essentially supporting your whole body weight on one leg. So you can get benefits from that as well. Also, what I tend to do, I invested into a weighted vest. So you can also do this by just simply wearing a book bag or some kind of a bag on your back. I believe they call it rucking. That's what I hear it's called. And you can load it up with items to make it heavy and just kind of walk with that. My issue is that the weight is a little bit disproportionate. It's more toward your back. So I like to wear a weighted vest where the added weight is more evenly distributed across my body. So I would definitely urge you at some point in time to invest in a weighted vest. Mine specifically can go up to 60 pounds. Of course, I'm not using the whole 60 for that. I'll probably go out with 20 or 30 pounds, but go whatever you feel is comfortable for you and what you want to challenge yourself, because it will force you to burn more calories, because the added weight, you have to move with more weight. So in doing that, you're using more energy to propel yourself forward. So that is another way to progress. Another thing that you could do, I haven't done this, you can put on ankle weights and hand weights and stuff like that, but the ankle weights I've never done. But one thing I also have done is I bought these little egg weights because I love boxing training. So I have a set that's 1 pound. So as I'm walking, I'm literally just, jabbing 1, 2, 1, 2, and you'll be surprised at how your heart rate will increase if you're wearing like a Fitbit or something to monitor your steps and your heart rate. You'll be surprised to see that just basically walking like you normally would, but just throwing some punches or just moving your arms every which way is going to cause you to burn more energy over time, thus making it more of making your walk session that much more productive. What else can you do? That's pretty much what I can say on that. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like maybe 1,000,001 other ways, but those are the ways that I know of and have personally tried, and they definitely work. So, yeah. So, lastly, I want to talk about, if you're still around for this segment, I want to talk about my own personal experiences with walking and how it's helped me. And in turn, like I said at the beginning of this video, how it can definitely benefit you, the viewer. So I've had my share of issues, and I'm pretty sure you watching have had yours. I've had bouts with alcohol, depression, just bills, you name it, right? I'm pretty sure, I live in New York, so just living in New York is stress. But there were times where I found myself in a really dark place. One time specifically, I ended up becoming an alcoholic, and because I was just so depressed. And I mean, this was years ago. I'm beyond that now, but back then, as a result, I ended up going up to 287 pounds. Now I'm 6'5", and that was just something that, I stopped going to the gym. I stopped doing the things that I cared about. And that's what I've learned what depression really is the things that would normally bring you joy in life that you would actually do and participate in, you just stop doing. You stop going out, you stop socializing. You're content with just withering away. So I'm a lover of the gym at that time specifically. So what I ended up doing, I think they're cutting the grass out here, so that's what the noise is if you're hearing it, because I'm in Prospect Park. But anyway, we're gonna keep the show going. So what I ended up doing was, I realized how bad I gotten when I would wear my Fitbit, and then all of a sudden going for a walk, I noticed my heart rate was jumping to like 115 beats a minute. I found it very difficult for me to go up a flight of stairs. Like, I was like, no, this has to stop. And plus I was 13 pounds away from 300. So the first thing I started to do was walking. And I started walking around the block, and little by little I increased my time. And next thing I know, I was back to walking 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles. I ended up walking to Manhattan, which is about 5 to 6 miles from where I lived in Brooklyn. So it definitely helped me to break out of that cycle of depression, and it allowed me to be in movement, think about the things that was going on and how I was basically destroying myself, and to kind of will myself out. Now, maybe you are in that spot now, and that is the best advice I can give you, is just go and walk it off, literally, right? If you have somebody that you trust, have them go walk with you, and then little by little expand. Maybe start to add some weight to your walking if you want to go that route, or just walk in different directions. Walk to the mall, walk to wherever state you're in. Walk different areas to give you a different perspective. And I truly believe if you do this for yourself, whatever problems you're dealing with, whatever stress, or if you're you're depressed, I'm willing to wager if you were to give this a try, it will help you get out of depression. It will help you to formulate your thoughts better. And it will also help to lose your weight over the course of time, coupled with a good diet, and maintain your weight. So that is what I have to say on that. And hopefully, if you found this video insightful, inspiring, definitely do me a great favor. Subscribe to the channel. I definitely need it because I'm new, I'm growing. And comment, let me know your thoughts on if this inspired you. And if you know somebody that's struggling with this, definitely share it with other people. And, see you in the next one.